Hey, Tanya. What's going on, everybody?
That song is completely becoming my favorite. I don't even think it's a song. It's completely a beat.
Like, it's definitely like a vibe. Like,
It's
that's
telling me
what
Friday is almost here.
it's a whole vibe. Dun, dun.
Doesn't
Hey,
it make you want to go to
that
happy
music.
hour too?
I love it. I love it. Like,
Doesn't it make you want to go to happy hour or no?
just,
That's just me.
like a turn up session, just have a turn up session. Like,
I
a
know, right?
kickback. That's what they. You remember? You used to go to them kickbacks all the time. You remember those?
I
No.
do.
Oh, we ain't gonna get.
I'm telling you, I used to be
Okay, yeah. Like, it just remind you of that. Like,
right.
let's just chill.
I don't know though. I don't know. I feel like kickbacks was definitely more like high school for me though. Was that for you, or was kickbacks?
No, not definitely not. Mine
College?
was after. Yeah, mine was after.
Really, I feel like kickbacks was more like high school era time or whatever.
Oh, yeah, lucky you. That wasn't my college experience. I mean, high school experience. Mm-mm.
But what's up, y'all? Happy
What's going on,
Thursday!
everybody? Happy
Always
Thursday.
glad to be back with y'all.
Thank y'all for tuning in. So come on in. Remember to share this video.
Yes.
Talk to us. We're
Yes.
excited.
Yes.
I look good. I know you look good. She look okay. We all.
Oh, he's so shady. And you know what? I do only look okay because let me tell you, I had a
Always look okay.
really long day. Let's all see what we're drinking today. Can we address that?
Come on. This drink is about to retire in like 2 weeks. It made it to retirement.
Oh my God.
Yes.
One day we will have to show y'all Kerry's whole little wine bar, wine section, y'all. Because let me tell you, if he's serious about nothing, Kerry's serious about that wine bar.
Definitely.
Hey, Sean.
Sean Weather.
What's
Bro? How you doing? Well, it's been a week at least. I think I talked to you last week. But how you doing?
We did last week. We did.
Yeah. So, y'all, we're excited. I'm excited about today.
Wow.
I'm not excited about tomorrow. I have a hard day tomorrow.
Kerry has a hard day tomorrow, guys.
Yes, I will share that my spiritual dad will be celebrated on tomorrow. One of my spiritual dads, I can't just say my spiritual dad. One of my spiritual dads will be celebrated on tomorrow for his life, his legacy. He passed on last week, and we're going to celebrate him tomorrow. It's going to be a good time in the Lord. I don't want to get too saved. Hallelujah.
I know, right?
But
we real saved over here, y'all. So
yes.
definitely know that, okay?
Yeah, definitely. So, but I'm excited though, in a sense that we get to celebrate him. I was able to give him his flowers, his kudos while he was alive. And I get to actually share that tomorrow at the funeral service. The family asked me to. So I'm excited about that. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be a turn up for him because that man was a turn up guy. I'm like, he will turn up in a minute. That's what he taught me.
Nice.
So anyway, but yeah, so in a sense, I'm excited, sad at the same time, but we definitely all gonna go that way. But it's about what we do in that dash. I read a poem about that, the dash.
Nice. Look at you.
Yeah, I'm doing it. So anyway, how y'all doing? Talk to us.
Fine, Kerry. Yes, talk to us, y'all. We definitely missed y'all from last episode, but we're back and we're here.
We're here.
My birthday is coming up soon. I really hope that y'all entered to celebrate with me. September is that the 3rd?
Yep.
Yes, September the 3rd. We're gonna have a huge celebration, and we are getting one of our guests.
September the
7th. Well, my birthday is on September the 7th, but the show that day though is not the 7th. I can't remember what day that is. I'm sorry,
guys. It's September the 3rd. It is our September 3rd episode. Yep. Yes. So on September 3rd,
we'll send one of our lucky guests a box, and you get to celebrate with us. You do have to be 21 years or older. But yes, definitely enter for that.
Yeah, if your birthday is September 7th, you know somebody whose birthday is September 7th.
Yeah. Definitely
enter into this contest. We want to party with y'all. We want y'all to party with us. Yeah. But we're trying to get somebody a turn-up box. One person will get this turn-up box to party with.
Comment by Victor Phillips. I'm sorry. He is tuning in with us. My mom on per usual. Deanna Tinsley is on. Let me tell you, Deanna is super dope. She also has a podcast that is super dope that I can listen to for hours. Table for three. Table for three, I think it's called. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. Table for four, table for three. We also have my sister
Yeah.
tuning in as well. Hey, Quick.
What's up, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. I see Brandy in. What's going on, Sunshine? That's her favorite thing.
I know.
Hey, girl.
Hey, let's talk about what we got coming today, Kerry. What we talking about today?
We're excited, y'all. We're talking about fiscal financial responsibility. How many of us are responsible? It actually was quoted, "Is your house in order?" That can preach.
I like that.
Is your house in order?
I know somebody preached a sermon on that.
Oh, somebody did somewhere, somehow. Somewhere. But we have a guest, y'all, tonight. Our first guest.
Yes.
Excited. His name is Lawrence Kane. And he's
I think everyone knows him as like the money man.
Yes.
Helping you get your finances under control and in order, a financial coach. Just super dope. So yeah,
I'm super excited about him. And he's there you go. Oh, we're here. Out of nowhere. Like,
I didn't know that was happening.
What's going on, sir?
Hey, no, man. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to. I really did not know that I was the first guest. So
yeah,
you put all that pressure on me.
No pressure at all. But yes,
pressure on you. It's pressure on us. Like the flow is hard between me and her. So now we got a third person here. Just the FYI, because we all like to talk.
And I've already told Kerry, like I will simmer. I will try to simmer because I'm like chatty. Like I like to know. Like I'm like a little curious George. So I'm gonna simmer a little bit because we want to hear, we want to learn, we want to take all this knowledge that you got.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. So real quick, just go ahead, tell the people who you are and tell them like what you do.
For sure, man. Lawrence Kane Jr., financial coach, author, and CEO of Abundance University. Simply put, I like to empower people financially, whether that is, a 12-year-old, that's looking to start their first job, showing them how to save their money and how their grades can translate into free money for college, or if it's an adult that, maybe need to get their credit together because they want to save up for a house. I help them, achieve their financial success. So that's initially what I do and what we've been doing since 2015.
Oh, that's what's up. So you, from age ranges, so you working from or with kids from high school until
we've done workshops for third graders, man. Like wow. Our kids are smarter than what we think, right? Like I look back when I was a kid, I was the one hooking up the VCR to the TV because my mom couldn't do it, So you fast forward and translate that into what technology has come to. Our kids are smart, man, and they are very curious. So yeah, we go as low as third grade. Our sweet spot is that high school junior and senior, just because they're on the cusp of entering what America calls adulthood. So we're trying to teach them early what we learn late. That's our focus.
So outside of that age group range, is there like a certain demographic like that you aim toward, or are you like?
I kind of let the demographic create its own self, right? So I'm putting out the information, and then we look at it. I mean, a lot of people around the ages of 17 to 24. We get a lot of people that consume our content, a lot of people that buy our books, and a lot of people that come out to our seminars. That's the age range. But again, I'm 31 years old, so the people who I'm connected with, they support, and I do one-on-one financial coaching for adults as well. So that's something that has picked up during the pandemic, just because obviously we know that our finances are super, super important to manage during a time like this, because what you don't want to do is come out on the other side and you're worse than what you came in.
Absolutely, absolutely. I hear you say we. Do you have a team, or is this a one-man show?
I mean, technically it's a one-man show, but I say we because I manifest and really believe that it takes a village. So my support system, that's the we. You know, the people who I serve, that's the we. The people listening and watching this right now, that's the we. You know, we all play a part in everybody's financial journey. You know, by making sure your house is in order, right? That's the
Look,
main part. Right. That's the main part, man. I mean, and it's funny that you even, you know, named this episode that, because it really does start at home. It starts at understanding who you are, what you're after, and if you feel like you need certain resources or certain things to come into your life, then you just put yourself in a situation to get to it. So that's what we've been doing, and that's what we will continue to do, even in the digital space.
I like it. I definitely.
Right, because we all going virtual, right? Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
That's the new.
It's the new. It's changed a lot of people's mindset, though, right? A lot of jobs are now, you know, in favor of virtual, right? Work from home positions, whereas even a year ago, that wasn't something that they were talking about as what they were going to do in 2020. It was just, you know, business as usual. So this pandemic has really heightened and really exposed a lot of gaps in our society as far as our just unwillingness to change. Like we shouldn't have to. It shouldn't take a pandemic for us to do what's right back. So that's just where we're at. And you know, some
Do you
people
feel like your clientele has gotten more serious about the process of saving money or being financially stable? Or
absolutely.
Pandemic.
I think that so number one, just being transparent. I have more one-on-one clients now than I did before the pandemic. So I think that speaks to people being serious. I don't think I've done anything different. I really just believe, and this is how I really have built my business, where my goal isn't to force people to get their finances together. My responsibility is to, you know, guide people, and when they're ready, then they come to me. So if people have seen any of my you know, content, any of my interviews, I have my own podcast, the Abundance University podcast. I give away a lot of information, but I don't expect you to now, because I give you this, you now have to, you know, become a client, right? Mm-hmm. Like I'm a farmer. I'm not a hunter. I like to build relationships, but I like to give value regardless of how you interpret it and regardless of if you become a client. My goal is to just, again, set the standard for the conversation, right? We're all around the same age. Mm-hmm. How many people had conversations about finances around the table? How many people knew about residual income? How many people knew about, you know, getting property at a young age? I grew up understanding that you made money and you spent it, but it's so much that goes into your finances, you know, cash flow and credit and you know, net worth and all these different, you know, this different rhetoric and terminology. That's what we're trying to do with the next generation, is teach them exactly where they need to be. And not pressuring them to do anything just because they see other people do it. We're not telling them to get rich. We're telling them to identify what makes them happy and go after that. And the finances will follow, you know, and the resources will follow once you start, again, operating in your happiness, or, you know, for the church folk, their gift, right? You know what I mean? Your gift will make room. You know what I mean? It didn't say your degree. It didn't say your followers on Instagram. Like, your gift will make room. So I just try to stay in my gift, man, and we're getting the success.
I like it. So it was one thing that you definitely said I wanted to speak on, but when the pastor talking, you definitely don't interrupt. It was you spoke on something, and I think you like jumped right over it. But it's gonna come back to me. So really quick, because we definitely sent you questions like to prep, so I want to kind of stay on that line. But really quick, if you have 3 quick concepts that the average individual can pick up on to become financially responsible? Do you got like three easy concepts?
Absolutely. I think the first thing, and people can write this down.
Yeah.
Get on offense, right? You should never be defensive or reactive when it comes to your finances. You should be on offense and you should be proactive, right? People get judged a lot when they are spending money that they don't have yet. But if you think about it, if you work a job, you technically don't have that money yet, but yet you know where it's gonna go. So
Mm-hmm.
we already think like that, but then when you start thinking big with your dreams and goals, people try to dilute it and be like, "Well, you ain't even gonna get there yet. You don't know if it's gonna come." Well, I'm working on it. So again, be on offense when it comes to your finances. The second thing is you need to have days in the month, either 1, 2, or 3 days out of the month where you review your finances. You have a financial meeting, whether you live by yourself, whether you have a spouse. Me and my wife, we have financial meetings every single month, and we talk about the next month. We talk about what we're going to spend our money on, what debt are we going to focus on, what birthdays are coming up. You right? People are still celebrating birthdays during the pandemic. It might just be a drive-by or whatever, but we still need to account for that. We may need some things done, some work done on our vehicles. So you have to be on that. That's part of being off on offense as well as having that meeting. There's an app called Clarity Money. That's an app that people can use to link to their bank account so they can see where their money is going. Right? Because sometimes we talk about a budget, we talk about being on offense, but people don't even know when their bills are due. They just know it come out the account, or they wait until they get a late notice and that they spent more money paying with the late fee by
Uh-huh.
not being on offense, by not having that financial meeting. So
Right.
that's the second thing. The third thing people need to do is create a financial plan. That doesn't mean I'm not talking about investments. I'm not talking about, starting a business, but what do you plan to do with your money? Right? Money is a tool, it's not a goal. So you have to use the tool just like you use a hammer and nail to hang up things in your house. Your money should do things for you and you should be able to look and see it, right? Your bank account is your wall. When you look at it, what did you hang up? Right? That's how you have to view it, right? So again, be on offense,
Mm-hmm.
have literally have financial meetings and have a financial plan. And if you do all of those things simultaneously, then you over time start to create a groove. Resources start to come to you because now you're operating in a sense of good stewardship, and you know what's coming, what's going, how frequent is it going, how much is coming in, and it's just more peace, right? That's that financial peace that
Yeah,
we all should be after, and you got to be proactive about it.
definitely.
Right.
Really quick, and it might segue back into that first question, but while while you're working with individuals, because I know you work with individuals, on their finances, what's the age median or the range that you find to have the most difficulty, like managing their money? Like I would think teens, but I don't want to say teens because they're still kind of young, like learning. Um,
I would honestly say people 25 to 35. That's who have the most challenges because we grew up in a time where nobody taught us about finance. Just think, right? I graduated high school in 2006. Ohio still, almost 15 days later or 15 years later, they don't have financial literacy as a class
to
to graduate.
mhm.
Just
Yeah,
think about that.
that's true.
15 years later, like they had 15 years to be able to say, all right, we now know what our kids need, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm actually working on the third book for teenagers, and we're gonna do a whole campaign. We about to sell 10,000 books this year that will go to these high school juniors and seniors. But that's a whole nother thing. But to
Hey,
go back to your question, um, literally those 25 to 35-year-olds, those who are, and it's not issues, it's not mistakes, it's just challenges, right? We all have challenges. We all do things based off of instinct, off of how we were brought up, how our perspectives are. You right? We all can go back 5 years from now and be like, man, I shouldn't have spent my money on that. I should have did this. Right? But it's like in that moment, that felt right.
Right.
So now it's like in this moment, you have to do what I call, current things and future things all together. So every purchase that you make, it should be able to help you now and later, right? The decisions that we make should benefit my current self and my future self, and that's what we got to get to. That 25 to 35. I tell them all the time, look, it's okay that your situation is what it is, because I'm unemotional when it comes to finances. And I guess that would be a bonus fourth thing that people can do, is get your emotions out your finances. Because once you do that, then you can get to executing on the things that really matter in your finances, right? One of the principles in the book is control your spending by controlling your emotions, right? Retail therapy, that sounds good until
it is
you.
good.
I knew you was about to say that.
Terrible.
I knew you was about to say that, didn't you, Robin? So you literally, there's some people that just they are just like people are emotional eaters. There are emotional spenders. Yeah. So I'm having a day, let me go treat myself. Or I didn't have this growing up, I'm gonna get it now, even if I'm gonna go broke to do it. So those are things that, again, your emotions have to be out of it. So I'm teaching a lot of my clients you can't be emotional. That credit score can say 300 or it can say 850. My feelings ain't involved. So I'm just like, if it's 300, I just need to see why it's 300 so I can then start working on getting it closer to the 850. When it hits 850, I'm not going to hip hop parade around, because now I'm in execution mode. Okay, now I can use this 850 as leverage. So I'm never thinking with my feelings. I'm thinking with, does this play a part in my goals? And if it doesn't, then I ain't even thinking about it. But if it plays a part of my goals, then I'm like, okay, let me regroup. And again, that's why having those financial meetings are so important. So important.
She said, I have both my food and my emotion. Well, my shopping is mine. So
Kerry is definitely shopping. Yeah.
I know.
Like, honestly, I feel like when we thought of this topic, it was definitely hitting on me.
Yeah.
Is my house in order? Yes, my house is in order, but financially is not. Right. Like I'm financially okay. It's just I don't put my money where it need to be. Like my savings is finito, is gone. Like I
So maybe you need to get. So let's talk about it. So maybe you need to, number one, get out your feelings, because that's where it is.
That's hard. That's hard.
Number two, there may be an opportunity for you to start an online savings account and just have stuff automatically transferred there. And this is a good point, and I'm glad we're talking about this. People always ask me, how much should I save per month? And I tell people, before you say that, I need to ask you, how much will you save to where it doesn't alter your lifestyle? Right? Just think about it. If you save, if we went down the number line and I said, all right, you got to save $1 a month, you wouldn't even blink, because it's like $1, man, I can make that back. But as you climb up, then it's like 200, 300. Oh, right. I don't know. So you find that sweet spot, right? So let's say that sweet spot for you, Kerry, is $125 every month. That means if you get paid, and I don't know how you get paid, but if you got paid every 2 weeks, that means that you're breaking that up in half, right? And then from there, you now have a system. So every time you get paid, a portion of it is going towards the savings, so that the lump sum that you're ultimately trying to save is not taking like that gasp out of you where you're like, man, I just saved all that money and
Yeah.
now I ain't got nothing to spend on myself. Like, nah, you do. You
Right.
just have you paid yourself first,
Mhm.
right?
And I think that's definitely the best thing, like mindset to put it. Like you paid yourself, like not like okay, that's your money coming in, but an incentive to say like I'm paying myself. But the online situation, like in a sense, how hard is that to get the money out? What do you know how
You can
hard?
have it certain banks, like you can look at somewhere like Ally Bank, right? Ally Bank doesn't have debit
I'm gonna write
cards.
that down.
Yeah, Ally Ally, Ally Bank or Chime, Chime.
I was
Um,
going to say I've used Chime. I do use Chime, and there's no access to it. Like I can't just like swipe my card.
yep.
I was always taught you just keep them separate. Like my check is going into that bank, that institution,
Mhm.
and keep it your savings
So she
separate.
knew that the whole time and Shane shared it with me, just the FYI.
Because you don't want to
Yeah,
be out on a crazy night or something like that and be like, well, I can just transfer this money real quick.
Yeah.
what people do.
Like,
People literally, because you have access to it, it's just like, oh, well, I'll put that money back. And it's like, no, keep that over there, right? And really, and think of this: saving is spending on your future self.
yeah,
So just think about that.
I like that.
Because if your goals are in the future, then you need to make sure you holding your future self down. Like
right.
it has to be a situation where you can't think about 2020 you. You got to think of 2025,
Yeah.
2030. Where do you want to be in 10 years? And what can you do now to help jumpstart that, right? My wife want a new house in the next 5 years. I'm doing things now. And it's not, let's be clear, y'all. This is not a sacrifice. I'm not sacrificing anything because I want that more than I want the Jordans today. I
Yeah.
want the house. I don't care about no shoes, no clothes. I'm gonna be fresh regardless. I probably done bought more shoes during the pandemic than I did before.
Yeah.
But I shop so smart. I don't overspend. I'm very clearance rack unless I'm supporting my people. Shout out to Black Owned. You feel me? Like I ain't asking for no discounts for my people. So when
Yeah.
it comes to that way, I can support them, right? Like I can support them and I can, cut back on some things and everything. My goals are still intact, right? My 5-year goals, I know they have no choice but to happen because I'm sowing those seeds.
Mm. That's definitely important. That's definitely important. I'm gonna move on really quick. And I'm gonna answer this last question before we let you go. 'Cause we do thank you again. We thank Lawrence Kane for joining us. This is my homie.
This has been
Sure.
Definitely accept it. But y'all let us know too. How is your house in order financially? Let us know. Comment. Let us know. He here for y'all. So ask questions for him while he's here with us. But our last question for you is: why should I invest in a financial coach versus doing it myself?
Sure. So you think of anything in the world. You look at the grocery store, you look at going to a mechanic, you look at going to a personal trainer. All of these jobs, all of these businesses, there are people that's like, I don't need the gym because I can work out outside, I can work out at home,
Mhm.
right? So a financial coach is the same way. There's some people that just don't need me, right? And I'm perfect. Like that's a good thing. But for somebody who is looking to get different perspective and insight on their specific situation, those who need accountability, I can text one of my clients right now, like, hey, I need you to save $25 right now. They'll do it. But they technically didn't need me. The $25 was already there. I didn't give them $25. So the accountability, the meet, when I meet with my clients, I'm literally like their business partner. I'm like, I'm their CFO. They're the CEO of their life. I'm their CFO. So I'm literally coaching them on what do you, all right, you told me you wanted this. So I'm going to hold you accountable. These are the steps that you need to do. We check in monthly, we check in weekly, right? I have 3 different packages. You can be with me for 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, or you can sit down with me one time, and a lot of people do sit down with me one time because they just want to make sure they're on the right track. So that's usually somebody who, they want to invest into just picking my brain. But there are some people, most people are on the 12-month package because they want to really make progress in their finances. They're tired of just talking about what they want. They actually want to work towards it. So, I love all of my clients. I pray for them. I'm attacking their finances as if it was mine, without the responsibility of doing the work. They still got to do the work. They still have to, their priority should be their finances. It's not my priority. It's just, again, I'm the bridge that's helping them get to the other side.
I definitely like it. I said that you was going to drop some nuggets, and I really feel like you definitely did. It was one comment that came up. I think it may have been one of your clients.
Yes.
Right there. She said, "I'm so thankful for Lawrence Kane with his financial guidance. I was able to save more than I ever thought was possible. Saving $300 to $400 a month is a breeze for me. Thanks to his tips. Love you, little brother."
That's so awesome.
That's big sis, man. Big sis.
It's making me want to sign up.
All right. So wait, how we contact? Let's put the contact info out there. Let's get the people going.
Right.
To put in order.
So that just moves into it. How can somebody get you? Like, what's the way that we connect with you?
So obviously, follow me on social media. That way, you know that I'm real. Like, I've been doing this since 2015. So this isn't, something new. So follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter at Lawrence Kane Jr. As far as the financial coaching packages, if you go to abundanceuniversity.net and you go to financial coaching, I have the packages on there and what you get. And again, however long you want to work with me, we have a package for you. And it's based on, and I'll tell you guys this, and this is how true I am to people, right? I've had consultations where I was like, you don't need me. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to take your money. Like, people were literally trying to pay me. I'm like, I'm just going to give it right back to you because you're in a situation where all you need to do is just keep doing what you do. So that's one. But then another thing is when people tell me their goals and the time frame in which they want to achieve them, that's kind of how we gauge what package they should be in. So if somebody's like, I want this in 3 months, I'm not going to give you or recommend a 12-month package just so I can get more money. Like, that's just that's not being true to who we are, man, and trying to take advantage of people. We want you to get to your goals. The goal is no more than a 12-month period should you be a client. I don't want you after 12 months because that means I ain't doing my job. Right. So that's the beauty of that. And you can also get a copy of my book, Money Seeds, 30 Financial Principles. It is a quick read. It is a workbook, and it gives you clarity around your financial situation. I released that back in 2017. We're still getting schools that's asking about them. And again, like I mentioned earlier, we're working on the 3rd edition of Money Seeds for teenagers. And man, I'm just, at this point, we can still prosper in the pandemic. That's the message for everybody. Definitely. You can still prosper in a pandemic. You just got to put in the work.
That's a sermon. That's a book.
Yes.
That's all of that right there.
Knowledge. I'm so excited. Yes.
I love it. Yes. Again, thank you so much. Yes. Y'all check him out again. abundanceuniversity.net. Go seek him, get him, pick his brain, go into him. Definitely. I'm definitely gonna do it myself. I have to do something better. I gotta do better. I got you, bro. Yeah. So y'all check him out. The book, he self-published it. He told us that behind the scenes, because that right there is a testimony. This man is out here doing his work. He's putting in the work. So y'all, let's sow into him.
Absolutely.
Seek him out. Lawrence Kane Jr. Follow him on all those social media networks. Hopefully he follow you back because he didn't follow me until a couple days ago. That's
We just told him to take
I get personal real fast. Take my emotions out of it.
We just told him. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
Thank you, though. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right.
Y'all.
So yeah, y'all. Like I'm like, see this. Look.
I was taking notes over here too.
I'm like literally like he's talking, I'm writing. Like,
no, seriously, I can see you taking notes.
And I'm doing all of this, like y'all, I'm really trying to get into that. Like that was
I
definitely
can see you taking notes, and I was like, I know Kerry taking notes, so you need to share them with me.
Yes. I'm eating, y'all. I'm eating.
That
was what's up?
Really good.
No, like for real. Like I'm definitely grateful that he was able to join us tonight, y'all. Again, that was Lawrence Kane. The financial guru, that's what I call him. He's definitely a millennial out here, and he's doing something. He's making moves. He's trying to uplift the people, though. It's not really about him. He's definitely for us. Anybody. His demographic is from the youngest to the oldest. So he's out here definitely trying to make some moves for us.
You know what I want to do? I want to also say, if you have any last minute questions, leave them down below. We may not be able to answer them. We may even just like email them to Lawrence and see if he can get you some answers or leave his information under your question. But definitely, I just feel like he was so full of information. And that's just so dope to have someone.
Like, honestly, it was like a father watching his child. And even though he older than me, but like it was like me watching my child just spill out all this knowledge. I'm like,
I know, right? Like you're just so in tune. Like,
no. So that was what's up. That's what's up. So y'all, again, we do have Robin's celebration coming up. Bree just logged on, and I'm looking up, but Bree definitely submitted.
I said yes. If your birthday is September the 7th.
Yeah, September 7th is your birthday. We know Bree's birthday is September 7th.
We know Bree's birthday is September 7th. Yes.
We want you to enter this contest. Let us know if your birthday. One will win for the September 3rd.
You do have to be 21 years of age. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We thank y'all though. We thank y'all for tuning in. Again, y'all can always support us. And actually, one thing I wanted to tune into or like wrap around with Lawrence was the mental piece of this financial whole situation. There is a mental situation with this. We're mentally taught to like think this way. So we have to change our thinking, change the way we think. That's where it starts too. So it's in the house, but it's in the mind as well. So that's why we want to throw out Poppy's Therapeutic Corner. They definitely can help you on that change of your thought process.
I like how you tied that in.
Yeah,
yes, definitely. Kerry.
You know, I thought about that. I was thinking.
Yes, I like
mentally, that. You can still get some help.
I like that, but he's absolutely right. So yes, thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all for tuning in tonight, though, y'all.
Week, and don't forget to like our page at Robin and Kerry Live.
Support, subscribe. We got our YouTube channel. Go search it.
Where you can play these videos back, and if you want to become a sponsor of our show,
go into this ministry. Yes. This is our ministry. I don't care what nobody say.
It is.
This is our ministry. We feel like we have to do it. Next week, though, y'all, we talking about cult. I was caught, y'all.
I cannot.
I caught cheating. But infidelity and cheating, we talking about this week. We want y'all to tune in.
Oh, it's gonna be juicy. This week was juicy though. This week
was full of knowledge.
This was full of knowledge. This was juicy knowledge.
Lawrence did that thing, y'all. Yes. But next week, Robin doing that thing because she's gonna talk about cheating. I'm being funny. We're gonna talk about cheating because I cheated. No, wait a minute, I got cheated on. I didn't cheat. But anyway, y'all, tune in next week, y'all. 7:30.
Thank you. Bye.
Go.